When I came to, those bastards were already been gone. I got up slowly and felt myself all over. It seemed nothing's broken. My face was mostly fine as well, if I didn't count the black eye. I returned to the bar and sat down in the same seat. I no longer felt like having a cordial conversation with the bartender. Although, what could he have done? Stand at my side and fight? For the police? Absurd. Hey, there's... He pointed off the side with my eyes. With his eyes, I turned my head. Literally a couple meters away from me there was... Catherine. Hi, I guess. I said shortly afterward. Before that, I've been waiting for her to start talking first. Bad chance of that happening. Hi. Catherine replied indifferently. So. I shifted to a closer seat as she ordered a cocktail for herself. What's with the face? Nothing important. She didn't believe me. I fell. Face first, onto concrete several times in a row. Yeah, I got lucky this time, but next time victory will be mine. Is that though? Catherine said without any interest in her voice. So you're skipping school too? I had to start the conversation in the most neutral way possible. Too? She gave me a sidelong look. Well, it's nothing new to me. I guess it isn't. I heard you went to the principal. Perhaps I did. What of it? The tone of her voice didn't change, but her eyes flashed. Katya, I don't want to start everything all over again. Then don't. I'm not... Or was I? Put yourself in my shoes. How would you react? Wouldn't you be asking the same questions? What questions? Fine, I understand. You're here because of your mother's work, but this particular school, why? What, am I disturbing you? Catherine was sipping on her cocktail with an expression of absolute indifference. No, of course not, but if you recall how we parted, it's all in the past, and you're really saying that I should have chosen a different school or changed my life in some other way just because of you, simply to avoid running into you a few times? This isn't what I was thinking. She was actually right. I had no retort. But she was right only if she really didn't feel anything toward me right now. Everything pointed toward this being the case, but I simply couldn't. I didn't want to believe that she could be so cruel. Everything's alright then? Of course. Then we can remain friends? A barely noticeable grin appeared on Catherine's face. Do you want us to? Why not? The past is the past. We have to move on and keep living. You're talking like a man with PTSD. At that point I began getting worked up. It's all in the past for me as well, if that's what you mean. Is it? Is it? Good. Wonderful! I turned away, pretending to study the menu. Should I get up and leave? I would then have to forget about her for certain. Damn it! Was I really still hoping for something? Catherine hurt me more and more every day, and I continued to slam against the glass like a brainless gnat. As if trying to prove something to someone. In the course of this year and a half I became so accustomed to living with memories of her that now, when she was so close, I simply couldn't let them go. These memories seemed like my only hope, the only thing holding me back from taking foolish, fatal actions. Was I thinking about anything in particular? Unlikely. But I was hoping, of course. And I see you're not wasting any time. Catherine gave me a surprised look. Nothing is worse than indifference, so I tried to get her angry at least. I snatched the cocktail out of her hands and said spitefully, "A glass in the morning makes the whole day better, eh? Brighter, eh?" I raised the glass to my mouth and Catherine's indifferent voice sounded somewhere in the background. It's non-alcoholic. It really was. Sorry. I set the glass back down on the counter. I see you're sticking to your old habits. What do you mean? Her eyes pointed at the empty mug of beer that I tried to move as far off the side as possible. Oh, that bartender. I had a difficult day today. You did? Why? Are you actually interested? Just keeping up the conversation. How do you want me to ignore you? I sighed and answered. I was called out to the principal's office. It was the same old thing. Truancies. You know me. Then there was an interesting incident with a certain Ojo-sama. Your new girlfriend? Are you mocking me? No, just keeping up the conversation, I told you. If I'm disturbing you, I can leave. I don't have a girlfriend. And I never did. I added in a half whisper. I see. And how is Himitsu doing? If you're so interested, you could visit her and ask. I don't believe you've had a falling out with her. Perhaps I will go see her. Catherine responded vaguely and glanced towards the entrance. Was she about to leave? Something stung me inside. I wanted her to stay, even if she was going to keep mocking me. Himitsu's alright. I don't even know what else to say. Same as always, basically. Same as always, you say? She drawled. Does it surprise you that anyone at all can treat me humanly? No, of course not. I'm happy for Himitsu, and will definitely visit her if I get the chance. And now I need to go. She set the unfinished cocktail down to the counter and stood up. Alright, see you at school. Catherine gave me a nod and left the bar. Damn man, tough break. Don't even start. How about a drink on the house? Did he want to make it up to me? No thanks, I think I've had enough for today. I left the bar and stretched. As expected, the bruises hurt. If the past couple days of my life resembled some dumb manga from Kyosuke's collection, the meetings with Catherine were some kind of soap opera, a vicious, sticky, dark amalgamation with a beginning but with no end. How long was this going to continue? After all, I would finish school in less than a year. And then what? Father's savings wouldn't last long. I would have to find a work. Thoughts about higher education didn't even cross my mind, but what could I do? Be like Japanese and toil day after day, head held low? Did you know there is even a special word in the Japanese language meaning death from overwork? Questions. It was getting late. I spent many hours simply wandering through the city, occasionally entering some shops or simply looking in through windows, killing time and killing yet another day of my life. It was completely dark by the time I arrived at my house. The lights inside were on. I immediately remembered yesterday's note, a slight shiver running through my body. No, all of this was so stupid. So they came to murder me and were now sitting in my own house with the lights turned on, waiting for the victim? But while logic was all well and good, there was certainly someone inside. I opened the door carefully and saw a woman's shoes in the hallway. Himitsu. I should have guessed right away. I could have simply assumed that no one but her needs me in the first place. I tossed out, entering the kitchen. Himitsu was sitting at the set table and it seemed like she had been waiting for some time. Nikko-kun, where have you been? I was worried. And if a mere second ago I was actually glad for her presence, all of my joy simply evaporated. Another interrogation? Oh, what happened to you? Noticing my black eye, she jumped up from her chair. Nothing much. ran into some robbers, made short work of them, but one got me in the eye. Stop saying foolish things. They are not foolish. Wanna see the police report? She pooted but calmed down, realizing that I'm probably fine. I asked Kiosk-kun and he said you skipped the last few classes. Yeah, I did. So what? I snarled. Nothing. So much has happened lately that I was worried. Why would you worry about me? Do you think I'm gonna go drown myself? No, I didn't. Nothing important happened. I was about to add, at least to you, but stopped myself at the last second. Ultimately, Himitsu didn't do anything wrong. Meanwhile, she was looking at me expectantly. I should say something. Should I tell her I was with Catherine? It isn't a secret or anything, right? We didn't do anything objectionable. But for some reason it seemed to me that Himitsu should know about this. And with this little, choice, I will end this episode. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned. And yeah, we'll see you in the next week. Bye bye.